Welcome back to Prairie Farm, Michigan on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 5 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, hello again. I hope you're all well. It's September 2. We got our sugar beet contract done, not contract, harvest done on our field. We got it done before the rain. The rain actually came an hour later. It was saying 8 p.m. It was 9 p.m. before the rain came. But we got it all done. We did 18.5 loads at 60,900, which comes in at a whopping 1,122,985 litres. Now, I did 2 full loads into here, and then what was left over at the end, which was 26,000 and something. So we should have 140,000 odd litres, of sugar beet in here, which is great. We have a misty morning, and we've got a lot to do. So that field is going to need to be sprayed once with fertiliser. I still haven't got a line spreader. I've got a line our other big fields because we haven't put anything in the ground yet. Haven't put anything in the ground yet because I don't have a seeder or a planter yet. That needs to be ploughed and sorted out. So what I've got to do is go over and grab a thing of concentrate. Actually, I might go and grab a thing of concentrate rather than drive all over. I'll grab one and bring one back. I still need to get a little trailer because these have still got stuff in. I just need to top them up with water. This one's completely empty, so that will need to concentrate before we put water in that. I'm going to spray this, give us a wash down. I've got, contract-wise, I've got a cultivating contract for 65 grand, and we've got a sowing contract. I've borrowed equipment for that because obviously I don't have any, but we're going to need seed, which has got me thinking about what do we do about seed? Because I think, and we can buy seed, obviously. But I'm trying to think if there's any productions. There's a few productions that do various different recipes for things. Some of them do include seed, but I think the recipes need digestate and weird things. We'll have a look anyway. Not necessarily today. I think I'll buy seed today. But what we're also going to do is we're going to, on our bit of land here, we're going to make a little gas station because we need fuel in pretty much all of our vehicles. Everything needs refueling. So I thought, you know what? We'll put a little gas station for the general public as well. So one side will be pumps and the other side for us there'll be a couple of tanks that we can fill up from. So yeah, helping out the community whilst helping ourselves too. The other thing I want to do at this point is purchase plot 23,712. That's now ours. Brilliant stuff. So we can do what we want with that. I was also looking to see, did we have any other small plots? Obviously that one's got buildings on, which we could use and remove the buildings. I'm thinking moving forward with regard to putting in a big animal pen somewhere. Potentially, that's quite a big area. That could be 147 grand. That's actually not too bad. Buying that entire plot, having 2 big animal pens on it, have pigs and cows up there, and then potentially if we bought that bit next to it, that could be our sort of staging area. We could have silos and bits and bobs there for animal feed and things, I think, maybe. But that's a long way off. I'm not anywhere near that yet. So that's our sowing field. I think it's sugar beets going in that, and then that's our cultivating one. Now, I'm not saying I did or didn't sell my other cultivator and buy the other one back. I'm not saying I did that, but if we go into here and the cultivator happens to be a different colour, I feel like such a chump. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't feel like a chump. I kind of do and don't, because this. We had one of these and we didn't have the horsepower to pull it. So we've got a smaller one that our tractor would pull. I was completely unaware at that point that Rob was going to reach out about the chief, about Bill, and about sending us this, which we then put another 152 grand into to get it up to the horsepower to pull that, which we didn't have. So I thought, you know what, we'll switch it back. Yes, it cost me another 40 grand because we sold the other one for 120 and that was 160. So yes, we put a bit of money back into it, but we've got that now. I think this is fairly long. How's this looking? Oh, actually, no, it's not looking too bad. So what we're going to do is whiz this out and this can get on with the cultivating. That can be cultivating while we're doing some other jobs. I'm bouncing between all sorts of stuff here. Look, let's clean this, get this put away. Let's do one thing at a time. This has got about 5 hours. It took 5 hours to do that sugar beet. I think, yeah, about 5 hours on it. I've got a big chunk away from my audio book. It's very cool. Yeah, look at that header. That is we've lost a bit of paint on that. Blimey, that is bad, isn't it? Just realised let's do that. I mean, ooh, we've taken it off the edges, haven't we? But I guess that's the point, isn't it? So let's see what the hours are on this. It's got to be 5, isn't it? 4.8. Oh, let's do that. Don't want to take the roof out as we go. Actually, to be fair, I probably need to put this into the big barn because we need that space for doing work on vehicles. Now, keep blocking out with this. I don't think this will fit under that building there. So what I did do as well, my big plough I put over here because I couldn't fit it inside the building either. And this thing's been walking, this has been wandering because this was lined up really nicely here. What I'm looking at doing as well, potentially, is, I need to take some fencing out maybe. Putting like a lean-to shelter off of this, off the back of here, and then storing the plough underneath that maybe. I need to get rid of those bushes though, maybe chop those down. Yeah, we've got room in here, we'll stick it in here. Right, that's in. That's there. What was I going to do next? Oh yeah, whiz across the way. I'm thinking I might get rid of the little skid steer loader. I'm just trying to think what I might use that for at the moment. It's interesting having switched so massively from Riverbend, not doing log transport jobs, which was my bread and butter on the other one. I have all my log transport gear, needing the telehandler for loading logs on and stuff like that. When I started out not having very much, it's interesting that we're now not doing that. We've shifted focus completely. I'm still completely baffled by what's the best way of putting it? The negative reaction to me doing this Let's Play. I don't get it. The amount of people that are constantly like, oh, just do farming. No, that's what I'm doing now. And people are still, I don't know. It's weird. You know. Like I say, I can understand. I've said this before. It's interesting how. Oh no! Did I buy the wrong thing? No! Did I buy herbicide? Hang on. That says liquid fertilizer. 50 litres liquid fertilizer. Oh no, I know what I've done. Oh dear. It took it from the wrong thing. I'm thinking, that doesn't make any sense. I definitely did not buy, yeah. Oops. How much did I put in? Oh dear. Will this override it? I don't know if it will. Don't think it will. Oh, bottoms. Right, let me, right, can we unload from this rear tank? Apparently not. I just want to get the spraying underway over there. Get that cracking on. Then get the cultivator sent off, get that cracking on. Then we'll get on with the gas station out the front, and then we can get on with sowing that field. That's the order of operation. Can we... Leave it with me. I'll sort it out. You don't want to sit here for 5 minutes listening to me deciding what I'm going to do. I've had some really weird things happening with regard to recording. My PlayStation has got Share Factory because I record on PlayStation. I still do that. And I've been getting this thing every now and again. It happened a while back where I'd get a little glitch every now and again. I'll be recording something. It was more if I was static. If I'm doing things like this, if I'm moving around, it seems to be fine. but it seems to have this weird thing that if I'm in a menu, or it's if I do like a long camera shot, if the camera's not moving, then it's set in one place, and I might be doing a time lapse of a vehicle going up and down a field. When I come back to edit, it will either freeze. You might have seen it sometimes when I've been unloading into a trailer or something like that, but it doesn't seem to be unloading. There seems to be no animation, and all of a sudden it cuts and it's filled up a lot. It's done that a few times every now and again, and it's a really strange thing. So what I've been doing every now and again is disconnecting my HDMI and reconnecting it, because when I looked up online it said sometimes it can be incorrect HDMI, or for some reason the HDMI is moved. It doesn't quite doesn't send the signal through how it should be from the screen, and which seems a bit weird to me. I don't know. When I was doing my mod review, well, it depends when this posts. I'm recording this first part on Friday, but it depends. This might not post till Saturday. I had 2 chunks of my mod review, and the mod review, there was a lot going on. The mods dropped, not particularly late, but there was a lot, and nothing seemed to go right, as is always the case. I came to edit, and it was, by that point, 7:30, I think, in the evening. I had 2 big chunks of my mod review where it got to a point, my voice was fine, all my explanation was fine, but the actual screen had frozen. So it had an image of whatever it was when it froze, and that image stayed on the screen for the next 3 minutes while I'm merrily talking away about all the stuff. When I was recording, it was absolutely fine. So I had to go back in. Luckily, I hadn't deselected or uninstalled any of the mods. I came out and thought, right, let's just get on with editing. Went back in, had to re-record the bits that had not worked, then come back out and re-edit. I don't get it. I don't know why. I've never had it do it that bad before. Every now and again I've had the odd little glitch where it's, you know, you'll suddenly get a movement, a jerky movement, and it looks like poor editing. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's not horrendous. Oh, right, okay. I thought, because we're heading out to this field here, I was hoping this thick line here was going to be maybe a track, but it's not. It's a ditch. So we're going to go all up to the top, across there, and then come in from the top of the field, which is fine. And we could cut across the fields. It means that now they've got crops in. If it had been cultivated, it would. But I'm going to get this going. Yeah, so I'm going to have a fiddle around and again disconnect, reconnect. I've had some issues every now and again with Elgato because it goes through the capture card, and online that said that needs to be reseated. If it's, you know, depends if you've got a separate one which is in line or you've got one like plugged into your PC. Mine's plugged in. And sometimes if that shifts or needs to be realigned, and again you've got a HDMI that goes from your screen to the PC, from the PC to the PlayStation. If any one of those connections shifts, moves, or just decides to have a bad day, or your Elgato needs to be updated, or, you know, there's you just have to start troubleshooting and going through and working out what it could be. It's just really frustrating. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm just, again, doing what I do, just explaining what's happening in my world at the moment. What's the most relevant to me at the moment? That mist, right? It's funny, it's like boom, flying above, boom. Which I suppose that's what mist and fog and stuff does. Right, we are topped off. What did I end up doing? Well, I thought I'd try and just overwrite it. I thought if I try and overwrite it, there's only 400 and something litres in there. I'll go over to my tap to put in the liquid, and then we'll put the concentrate in. And as I turned and I drove past the silo takes liquids as well. So it gave me the option to unload the 400 litres, 430 odd litres into the silo, so I can get that back out next time we get a herbicide in job. So we are fully laden. We are good to go. I'll take out a bit of fencing here, aren't I, if I'm going to do this gas station. Now, There's an old structures pack. I've been looking through. Again, we're early days. There's not a huge amount of decorative stuff. There's not any sort of pre-made gas stations or anything like that. There's a few bits here and there. So I'm cobbling together something. And there's an old structures pack which is designed to go and hook onto the side of a building. You'll have to wait. You'll have to, what? No, don't wait. Just don't worry about it. So I'll do it. I'll put a beacon on. That'll stop the traffic being murdered. No, no. Okay then. There you go. Look. What was it overtaking? Good grief. So we own this bit of land now. For activities. If we do any productions, anything like that, I can put an animal pen on it, really, if I wanted to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect our rear tank. Now, admittedly, we're very close to home. I could have just driven back to refill, but still having it close by makes more sense. Let's turn the beacon off. Let's unfold. Again, I'm going to hire a worker. They can crack on and get our first fertilising estate done, and then what we will do is we'll get it ploughed and we'll get it prepped. I've still, like I say, still need to get a lime spreader. Maybe I should do that next, and then we're going to have to buy a whole load of lime. Again, I haven't really got any rocks or a rock pile anywhere. Let's hire a worker. That will go off somewhere. This has got those pylons across the field, so that might be a problem when we come to our spraying. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure the worker will manage adequately, or possibly not. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Yeah. So lime next. Actually, I have to go and look in the brochures because obviously there's the. Is that actually doing anything? That doesn't. Is that getting darker? Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh, I'm just trying to look at from the right angle. Yeah. Whoa, that's gone a bit. Whoa. Okay. It's putting something down. Yeah, I'll have a look in the brochures because we've got the Braidale, which is standard, but there's quite a few different fertiliser and lime spreaders available now. And I'm thinking with the big fields, we're going to need a fair bit of capacity. Wasn't there that rear tank thing? It's 8,000 litres, and you can then attach a spreader on the back of it. Maybe we'll look at something like that for doing our lime spreading. Or we could just go standard. Let's go Braidale, no problem, crack on. Again, do we need something that we can actually produce lime with, or do we just buy it? To be fair, the amount the contracts are paying out, it's probably easier just to buy it to start off with, rather than trying to produce it. That pile of dirt there is the tear dirt from our beet pilers. That can just be cultivated into the ground. There's no value to it. Although I had a message from HMG today saying that TaylorFarms is looking at, I'm assuming in an update for the map, that the tear dirt, it'll probably on Frankenmuth as well, I would imagine. The tear dirt could be used for muck spreading, I think he said. Was it manure? I'm sure that's what he said. How's this going to work? I'm curious to see here. How is the worker going to tackle this? Or is it just going to hit it? Very precise. Nope, just going to hit it. And just keep driving past it. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Are we gonna try and do something else, or just sit there? Can't remove those posts either. Nope, just going to keep accelerating. Right. The problem I've found as well is if you interrupt a worker, a hired worker, doing its thing, the problem you've got then is when you then try to rehire the worker, it tries to go back to where it was. I had it when I was doing the ploughing. Was it the ploughing? What was I doing? It might have been the spraying. Oh, it was the spraying on the other field. And it's when I said about taking the tank off, the tank got twisted up and it couldn't reverse any further. It wouldn't go forward. It was all tangled. So I disconnected it, reset the worker, and it just didn't know what to do. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose that thing of the system will work because all the fields are pre-mapped, even on modded maps. But that, I mean, it should account for these sorts of things. It should work out a route around it. Let's put that on. see what it's showing. Yeah, see, it doesn't really. It's just got the up and down. It doesn't account for the fact. And I guess that's why a lot of people, map makers, when they put things like that across fields, they won't have collisions on them, so that workers shouldn't worry too much. So I'm trying to work out what to do here for the best. I guess what I could do is turn it on myself. If I can try and do a sweep around it. It's almost a case of trying to catch the end of the boom on it. This should go between the pillars, shouldn't it? Between each pylon. And if I then, if I set the worker off again, who knows what's going to happen? And then what we'll do, we'll have a look at our map. Our satellite mapping. So we got to about there, didn't we? Stop there. Let's go and check out growth, soil composition. Okay, yeah, that'll do. So what I might have to do is this section here, do myself, and then set it off. Again, I say set it off. Once it should know that this bit's been done, set it off then and see where it goes. Maybe. How are we getting on over here with that? We want to go. It's not too bad, actually, is it? How are we looking? 23% complete. That'll just keep cracking away. So, right, I'll get this done. We will get into the gas station, don't you worry. I just did that thing, that foolish thing of thinking, oh, it'd be fine. The work will just crack on, won't it? Won't have to worry. I'm going to have to overlap a little bit here. That's the only problem as well. I understand the only problem. It's great having booms that you can adjust the spray from the outside in. What you need as well is an option to go left side or right side only. Because like for this bit here, if I restrict the width, so I bring in the from the furthest spread width in to the middle, that doesn't help me when I've got a post there. I've already sprayed to the right hand side. What I want to do is just have the left hand side of the spray again. I know there are section control things in the real world for various different bits of equipment, but that'd be quite handy, wouldn't it? You know, you can either bring it in from the outside in to the middle for doing narrower gaps on fields, or you can do left side or right side. I know I make it sound easy, like it's like, yeah, if someone could just do that, that'd be brilliant. Thank you so much. I know it's not that straightforward. But if anyone does want to have a go, that'd be awesome. Righto! Good to go. Right. I did all this bit, did round the posts, did all the finicky bits, and now we've set a worker off. And the worker seems to be doing all right. It left a little bit of a gap there, but that's because that bit there is the width going that way. So that should finish off, no problem at all. I did refill from the tank when I came back up to the top just to make sure we're topped off, and everything seems to be perfecto. So what we're going to do here is take out, I think, the fencing from here. Do we take out all of it, or maybe a little bit further along? The tree might be in the way. Did I finish off saying what I was going to say? Anyway, there's a pack, and it's under. I've forgotten where it's under. Was it under sheds? Might have been under. Oh, there we go, under sheds. Now these, like I say, these are designed to connect onto the side of a building. So you kind of, you know, that's what I was thinking about. The problem is we're doing it that way round. If I'm going to put the header underneath there, the plough, those posts are in the way. But there is this version, which is just a lean-to one, which actually would work. If I get rid of those bushes, we should be able to put the plough under there. It doesn't need to be. You can leave a plough out, of course you can. But if I want to keep it under cover to stop it rusting. But what I thought we could do here is cantilever two together. So these ones here, if I swing that one around like that, and we put it there, so it's kind of right by the edge, and then we put another one back to back with that. We can put the pumps in the middle where the posts are, put a bit of trackway, and we've got ourselves a fuel station, haven't we? If I come forward a little bit more, I'm just trying to think, just so we're kind of slightly overlapping the road. We're not in the way of the tree. I'm going to do that. We swing that one around that way. I've got my toggling on, so we should be able to toggle. I need it right up close. Now, do I want to... I've got to make sure, because this is the problem with doing this, is making sure we're lined up nicely. Do I want a gap in the middle to allow for spillage? Is that lined up? It's not, is it? I need to make sure it's perfect. That looks about right to me. There may be a little bit of gap, but that'll allow rainwater to not collect in the middle. Like that. That's all right, that. Right, now if we take out that fence section there, like that, what we could do is maybe... Oh, what's happened here? We've lost our end post. Okay. I might put in an... I don't know if we've got an end post for these, because that's going to look a bit weird. Maybe we could put a signpost there or something. Or do I take that off? Because then that will take the end post there as well. 'Tis a problem. Maybe we can sort that. I'll sort the fence out in a minute. What we're going to do now then... Yeah, so those are connected. They're connected, don't you worry. And... actually, we can't... No. But they support each other. Yeah, counterbalanced. Is that the other word for it? So we'll put a bit of trackway, gravel or whatever it is around here. So what I want to do now is then go from here to... Now, I can't remember whether this was under... It should be under tools. Or containers. Should be under tools. But it might not be. There we go. So for 2,500 each... Areas restricted. My foot. Now, I think I'm going to put them in front... I know, if we put them in the middle, then people can fill up from either side, can't they? So if we put... Make sure it's right in the middle. No. Is that about right? Oh, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. One there. Ooh, wasn't expecting to do that. Okay. And... one there. Oh, typically, look at that. One's further over than the other. You know what? I've got to adjust that. I can't leave that like that. I know I've lost a little bit of money. Doesn't matter. I'm not following my own rule. Does that look about right now? It's hard to tell, isn't it? That's better. I like that. And then what I might do is, just to stop people driving onto our property, is maybe put a bit of fencing here. So maybe bring the fencing at an angle, maybe come in a little bit, bring the fence at an angle, and then across to about here to stop people, yeah, driving on. That'd be all right. And then the other side of the fencing here, I'm gonna not. And we can fill up from these ourselves, of course we can. We need a little we need a kiosk, don't we? A shop or something? What do we reckon? Just thinking, is it under? Have we got one of the sheds that would work? Or tell we might have one that might work. Others, maybe that. That's a little kiosky type thing, isn't it? Is that lined up with the roof? It is lined up with the roof. If we put that there and then bring the fence into that, that's your little pay kiosk. I suppose what we could do, if we really wanted to go in really immerse ourselves with this, we've got those subsidy signs that pay different. That's coming along. We've got something. I might have to remove that branch there, just so vehicles don't hit it when it comes in. Do a bit of gravelling and whatnot. Yeah, what we could do is put in one of those government subsidy signs that only pays, because there are various different ones. I mean, I think I'll probably... Oh, I didn't even think of this. Used vehicles. Oh, hang on. What does that say? Oh, no, that's way too expensive. That's Take off crane and blade. Take off safety frame. 105,000. We'll make a bit of profit on that. Let's buy that. How much is that? 48. Let's buy that. I'll sell them on. That's not a problem. Actually, we've got a 3-point link, haven't we? Should we do all of these? Yeah, let's do all of them. We'll clear the decks on that. And then I'll take them and sell them. If we go back into here and to factories, then onto our generators. So these. So we want that one. So it's 100,000 per year. That's $1 million per year. Then it goes on to, you know, crazy money per year. 8,400 per month. That's 84,000 per month. That's 8,400 per month. Does that seem like a lot? I just thought if we put one of those down, that could simulate people using the fuel station. We've put the stuff in. People are stopping to buy fuel from us. We get paid for it. You know what? I'm going to do it. Let's go with the US one. The municipality sign. We'll turn that round there. Should I put it on the end of the pump pit? We lined up? I'm going to put it just there. There we go. Subsidised by local municipality. So that will pay us a little bit, simulating the fact that people are buying fuel from us. Yes, I like that a lot. Does this open? I had this zany plan in my head. And I thought, you know what? It might just work. There are some decorative packs. Maybe we could put some decorative items and stuff in at some point, potentially. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to spend a little bit of time. What I could do with, I said I was going to get rid of the skid steer loader. We don't have a chainsaw, do we? Don't think we do. No. I need a chainsaw. I need to reach up to there. Maybe on a tractor cab. We might be able to do it on a tractor cab. Just take that branch down. And then I'll put some gravel in for people to come off there. Bit of fencing. I've got to try and find the fence here to match up. Otherwise it will look a bit peculiar. And then, oh yeah, behind here, actually I might wait until we put the fence in. But behind here, we're going to put a tank. Actually, we can do that now. Let's do the whole lot. Let's get it in. We want containers. So these are your base game versions of fuel tanks. We could go with the Meridian, maybe. Did I have any others? Oh, here we are. Old diesel tank. 3,000 litres for 3,000 for 750. That's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? We can refill that every now and again. Customise. We want new design. Colour. If it's fuel, it's got to be red, hasn't it? And that's generally what I go for. Or orange, but we'll go red because it's fuel. If we line that up with that. Put it just there. So, red diesel. That's for the farm. So we can, actually, well, I might have to do a bit of more fiddling around with trackways and stuff like that. So we can refill our vehicles. Actually, what we need to do is put some in, though. Was it at the other end? 3,000 litres, 4,950. Let's buy that. That's full. That's that. That's that. I'm very pleased with myself. Yeah. Nice. We've spent a chunk of money though. Oh, because I bought all that equipment. I'll sort that out. Let's sell all that, and then I'll do all that. And while the sprayer's going, and how we're looking at our cultivating, that's good. And then what we'll do, we'll grab the. Actually, I need to buy some seed. We'll do that while we're here as well. Let's go into brochure territory. And it'll just be a case of buying seed. I'm going to buy the liftable ones. I can lift them with other stuff, but if I would leave them here, that's fine. But if I want to just shuffle them around a little bit, we can. Am I going to go for big bag pallets? I think we'll just go for big bags of seed. 1,260. Oh, it's going to get expensive, isn't it? Sowing contract pays, what was it, 30 grand? I'll buy 6. I do I want to buy 8? I mean, any we got left over, we'll end up using, won't we? So we have got some available as well. I don't know if they're cheaper. Again, I'll have a look in the brochures. Moving forward, there was that that pack that had these in bulk, wasn't it? And the same as you do with the fuel tanks, you go to it and you fill it up with whatever you want. I can't remember if any of those were reduced price. We can put in a silo. There's plenty of silos with the option of buying things cheaper. So we could effectively have one of those placed where we can just buy cheaper seed if we wanted to. But for the time being, we've got that. What I'm going to need is, actually, you know what, because that hasn't got anything on it yet. Let's use this to manipulate the other bits of equipment around. We'll sell all of these, which will give us a little bit of profit on whatever needs to be done. I'll get the gravelling done. What we can do, let's check out. Why is it, honestly, I give up. I give up. This is what I was talking about. Look. So it's all the bit I've done already. It hasn't gone, oh yeah, that's already been sprayed. I'll do the other bit. It does a strip down here, stops there, and then goes, oh, why? And breathe. This, I'll be honest with you, this is the first real problem I've had with AI workers. I haven't really had any major issues at all. Let's do that. Use that as the front weight. There we go, that's better. We'll drop that off like that. I don't need either of these. I'll get bigger ones if I'm going to get bigger versions of these sorts of items. Like I said, I'm going to have a look in the brochure for our lime things. We're going to need to lime. That's going to have to be done at some point, which means buying a load of lime as well. I'll grab that. So what we're on at the moment, 208. Can I get all of this in one go? Will it register all of it? Like that. Okay. I'm going to repair and repaint it. Again, it's not charging us still. That's not my fault. As someone said the other day, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. I probably shouldn't. It's at the end of the day, yeah, it needs to get fixed. It needs to be sorted. So let's sell that on, that on, that on, and that on. 493. What were we on before? 420, weren't we? Before we bought all that stuff? Or might we bought the seed as well? That's crazy. Right, so we do need to definitely look at the lime situation. We'll get that sorted out. Right, I'm going to fill this up, ready for going to do what we're going to do. I'm hoping I'll be alright to fill it up without having to open it up and open covers and whatnot, because, yeah, I need to unfold it to open the cover. Now, I'm not putting fertiliser in this because the contract is for sowing. Don't get caught out by that. That's generally speaking why I don't generally seed and fertilise at the same time, because I kind of get into the habit and have got into the habit in the past of doing contract work. How we're looking over there. What I need to do is go to there. That is, yeah, it's definitely sugar beet. So let's change that over to sugar beet, and that'll be good to go. And then what we'll do is we'll move all those out of the way. If we need to refill, we'll come back and refill, which I think we're probably going to need to. And then anything left over, we can move back over. I'm definitely going to get a trailer. If I get rid of the skid steer loader, I could sell the skid steer loader and get ourselves a little 4x4. A little, maybe a John Deere. We could get ourselves a little Gator, couldn't we? That'd fit, I think. I mean, a Kubota. There's no reason why you couldn't get a Kubota, but I might go John Deere. I've got lots of stuff to do in brochures. Right, I need to go and check on this worker, find out what's going on. I might have to end up doing it myself. I just think if I take it to the far side of the field and click hire worker, it's just going to go back over again and just be an absolute melt, and I don't know why it's doing it. Right then, the gas station's done. I am super chuffed with it, really chuffed with it. I've been bringing around all the vehicles. You might have seen a couple. I've done the harvester because the harvester was actually flashing red. Um, we managed to limp it back. So I've been refilling. But what I did, the tank I originally placed, I've replaced it with a different one. We've done a bit of working out. This is base game placeable stuff as well. There are decorative object packs. I said that before, but so I've switched out for this one. This is a 5,000 litre tank rather than a 3,000 litre tank, and I've filled it completely. because this one's got the fill trigger at the front. The other one had the fill trigger at the side. And it was a night. I had to literally get right up against the tank before it would come up to say refill. So this is our red diesel tank for the farm, this side. And what we've got a little bin there for, you know, rubbish from all over the place. Little pallet truck. We've got like I guess a salt bin for gritting the roads. We've got a little bit of cobbling and gravel, cobble where the pumps are. But I've also put in a lecky point. Look. So we've got an electric charge point, so, you know, if you're out there and you're driving an eco-friendly vehicle and you want to stop by and get some fuel, you can. Top up. I've got a couple of bins there, so if people, you know, when people sometimes put the gloves on or they pull up and they refill and empty their side pockets in the door cards, that kind of stuff, and shut the rubbish out. We've got a couple of bins, we've got a couple of benches, so you can sit and watch people filling. I don't know why I put the benches in. Maybe we'll have a little snack store at some point, maybe. I mean, let's be honest, I don't really want people parking here. That's probably not the best idea. But, and then what I did was then took the fence from where it was, here, did a line there and up to the building, and then the fence that I took out, I thought, well, actually, you know what? So people actually go in and out rather than just driving along and suddenly cutting across, we'll put a fence back in right by the road. So, I honestly, build your own gas station from bits and bobs of other things. And in 22 we got to a point, I think there were loads of different gas station options that you could just place a gas station, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, why not? Like I say, I'm proud as punch, me. It's the Prairie Farm pit stop, that's what it is. What we need, I'm looking, there's a couple of sign packs. The sign packs that are available didn't have what I wanted, but what I wanted is a couple of no entry signs here. Or, yeah, maybe something along those lines. Just, I'm not that people are going to suddenly drive in, let's be honest. If they were going to drive in, they're just driving off the main road anyway, wouldn't they? Lunatics like me, who see a farm or want to take pictures of farm machinery and equipment, you know. Those kind of people. So, the Kubota I have cleaned. I brought it over. We are going to swap this for another Kubota. I just, at the moment, I'm not using it. It's sat there. So I thought, you know what? Let's sell it. We haven't used it at all. It does need to be repainted, but I'm not going to. 71 grand? Good gracious. Okay. Our contract. Oh, we finished our contract. I think I put that on, didn't I? Cultivating contract's done. John Deere's back. Given. Did I jet wash them or just put them away? I think I jet washed them. They didn't need refueling, so we're good. And the ploughing is almost done over there. So when the ploughing's done, and the ploughing went without a hitch. I say almost done. Yeah, it'll just go around the outside. Yeah, did fine. I think it might have missed a little bit around there where it's gone round the posts. I can always go and sort that out. But that's going great guns. So we need to go and do the seeding. But what I'm going to do is actually on the farm, I've been perusing the brochures. I've been on an exploration to decide what to do. I'm going to put in from, again, this will be from containers. I think it's containers. These buying station multi-fruit mod. So to get the reduced price one, we're going to put in the cheap version. So this will be a location that we can just come and we can refill what we need to. So whether it be seed, lime, this worked out at base price for seed is 1,260 per 1,000, and base price for lime is 450 for 2,000, so 225 for 1,000. This worked out at 810 for 1,000 litres of seed, so down from 1,260 to 810. Nice discount. And the lime came in at 162 rather than 225. So a little bit cheap. I'm not, like, you know, not free, but it's certainly cheaper. Although I've got to decide, where am I going to put this where it's not going to be in the way of other things? If we put it in front of the doors, just there, it's not technically in the way. Let's do that. And make sure we're level with the building. Come forward a bit. Boom. Again, with that, I'll do a little bit of landscaping around it. So, purchases then. We need to get a lime spreader. I'm going to get on with that seeding. That's the next thing we're going to go and do this. You reap what you sow, people. You reap what you sow. Literally. And obviously then there's the meaning of that saying. Also, things you do now will come back to bite you. or they'll come back and, you know, blessings be upon you kind of thing. So I have installed, we have got in the brochure, I went through a whole load of different options, and most of these style only did fertilizer. There are a couple of smaller ones that did fertilizer and lime. Obviously, the 105 is standard. The 165 was available, and I thought, well, that largest capacity is 14. This is 18,000 something 500 or whatever it is. So we're going to go with that for our lime spreading. We're going to go with the extension on the tank. We're going to go for, I'm going to get some wide tyres on it. I'm going to go BKTs. Don't want to put narrows in it because with the weight on it, I don't want it digging into the ground. We're going to put spreading discs on it, and then we are going to take off the license plate because I don't want a license plate. That's going to set us back 89,800. So let's buy that. And then the other thing I was going to do, I had a look again. I had a look at the couple of the Gators that were available. The Gator horsepowers aren't that great. I had a kind of bit of fiddle around. And to be fair, that Sidekick is 48 horsepower anyway. So it should do what we need it to. So I'm going to go with the 3-point on the back because that gives some better options for attachment. Design bull bars, and then again, license plate off. Don't want license plate on there. We're going to buy that for 14.6. That's all right. I'm just thinking what we sold the skid steer for. We're not replacing a skid steer, but we are getting this. And then as far as for moving bits and bobs around, it wasn't on there, was it? It was down here. Thank you, Nina, again for this, the warning on this. So I'm going to go with that. We are going to go with the extension on it. Take that back off again. Yeah, going to go with extension. Doesn't give you the option for headache rack. Main color. I'm loving the metallics, so I'm going to go with that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't mind it. And the rim color, I'm going to go black, but then I'm going to go with a matte. There we go. Again, license plate off. So that, with its back door open, I don't want to lease it. I want to buy it. There we go. That's not a bad combo, that. So, what we'll be able to do is put our bags and our liquid fertilizer concentrate and take that over to the farm. So we can put the little Kubota on that, and that should work. That's where it doesn't hook up, and I feel like right, Charlie. There we go. We're good there, and then that and triangle. If I leave that open at the back, it has got tension straps, so we can load stuff in. And this can just be our ferrying bits and bobs around vehicle. Again, it's another one of those things, if we find we're really not using it, we can always get rid of it at a later date. But combined, what did that come in at? 10,000 and, what was it, 14, 16? So, yeah, 26 odd grand. Not too bad, nice little combo. So what I'm going to do now is we'll go and get on with the seeding. And then next episode, we've got liming to do. The ploughing should be almost finished. So next episode, then, we are going to be liming. I'm going to get a second fertilising site on that field there. And then we're going to be in the market for cedar first. And then we'll be looking at planter. I want to go fairly big, if I can. I haven't really had much of a look. We did have... Oh, no. Did it come out? Or am I thinking of 22? Is it the Hatson Bickler or was it Seed Hawk? We haven't got any Borgo stuff. We had one Borgo thing come out, didn't we? The smaller one. Was it the 8 metre? We haven't got any of the big Borgo stuff. The Para-Ho link drill things. Doodads. I'm sure we had the Seed Hawk pack. I'll have a look for that. And then planters. I mean, again, we haven't got anything mega big. Again, what came out? Oh, is it a Giants one? Was it the 177? Is it 177? I'm trying to think. Something along those lines. This is the field, isn't it? No. Is this field 2? It is. Looking very weedy. Turn that off. We'll get some sugar beet in the ground. It's going to take a little while with this. Again, I guess we could hire a worker while we get on with some other jobs. But I thought we'll end with a bit of seeding until we get on to what we need to do for ours. So let's get that on. I'm fully aware how frustrating people are finding this. Again, it's the same as everything, isn't it? People seem to be very polarised with everything at the moment, and I'm not sure why, but they do seem to be. Let's do that, and then that. We'll see how quickly this is going down. We are going to need to refill a few times. The worrying thing with this is because of the expense of the seed on very, very big fields. I mean, the contract pays out 39 grand. But if you're spending most of that on seed, yeah, you know, so we needed to find some cheaper alternatives if at all possible. Yeah, but what I was going to say was me leaving the lines on, that seems to really infuriate people. People say you don't need them, turn them off. No, you don't need them. You don't have to have them on. No, of course you don't. I personally just like them. It just makes it easier when you come onto your next row. And obviously with this you can see where you've been because you can see where the weeds are. That's not always the case. Yes, I could turn the lines off and I would still have my GPS. I can still hear the beeps. I can still go onto my GPS lines. Personally, I just prefer to have the lines on. And again, don't worry about it. This is going to take a while. And actually it's not using anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to. We might be alright. This has got yeah, this has got pylons up it as well, hasn't it? Yes. Let's have a quick look on how we're doing with our... Oh, we're done. Are we done? Yeah, looks like it. So I can get on my second fertilising on that. I suppose what I'm going to do, I try now. I'm going to do one round and then maybe I'll hire a worker to get this done. But anyway, we've got some new bits of equipment. We've done a bit more work. New gas station built. My pièce de résistance. I'm so happy with that. Have I mentioned I'm happy with that? It's very, very cool. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you don't normally like the video, give it a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.